Welcome. This video is a tutorial for Denver Print Company's online design tool. I'm going to show you how to design business cards with our online designer, which can be ordered through our web store. Let's get going. Alright, so this screen is the main screen you'll see when you choose one of our Design It Yourself products on our web store. The design on the right, or the left, I'm sorry, should say Design It Yourself in some fashion. And then in parentheses, design online after the product name. And that's how you know you're in the right place to design your own product rather than the product where you would upload a completed file. If you scroll down here, you could also see that the Add to Cart button is grayed out. That is because it's asking you to design your product first before you can buy it. So in order to do that, you just go to the Customize Design button on the right and give it a click. That will open up our online designer. What you'll see there is this Design It Yourself layout. And we have that there basically for display purposes on the website. So you're probably going to want to delete that before you start your own design. So to do that, you go to the Design tab on the right, click that, and then under Select Element, just go ahead and choose the first thing. And you can see Design It Yourself gets a blue square around it, which means that's selected. Click Delete. Okay, yes, I want to delete it. You can also choose items just by clicking directly on them. Delete. Yes, I do want to delete it. And the word back. And then the gray squares, if you'd like a gray background on your design, you can leave those. We're going to go with the white background though, so we'll just delete those as well. And there you have it. Now this is the template for a business card, front and back. These lines that you see here are not going to show up on the final print. They're just a guide for where to do your designing. And you'll want to make sure to keep text and images, important images, inside these two squares. And then the tools for design are up here. So let's go to the line first. Once you have that selected, just click and drag. And there's your line. And then on the right, you can change the properties of the line. You can give it a name. You can change the color. Many, many colors to choose from. We'll keep blue though. And then you can move it around with these arrows, left, right, up and down. You can increase the size. Now all of those things we can also do with the mouse. And in general, it's easier, I think, just to do that with the mouse, but if you'd prefer to use the arrows, you can do that. Order is for when you get more items on the design. You may want to choose what's in front and what's in back. That's order. If you click up, we'll go bring it to the front where you can see it. If you click back, it'll move it back. So that's what that's for. And then these incremental left and right options under position and size can also change where you have your object and also the height and width of it, which the height isn't going to change the line much because it's a line, but that will affect if you have a square or a circle more prominently. The next tool is the Ellipse Tool, which can be used for ovals and circles. If you just click and drag right off the bat like that, you'll get an oval. But there's a trick if you want a perfect circle, and that is holding down the Shift key. Get that? Holding down the Shift key while you click and drag, and that'll give you the perfect circle. And then if you want to change the color of the circle, stroke is the line around the outside of the circle, which once you increase that from 0, you'll be able to see it. And then you can change that color over on the left there as well. And then all the placement, position, and size options as well. Rectangle, same as the perfect circle. If you want a perfect square, hold down Shift while you click and drag. You got that. You can change the color and the stroke there as well. And then the other options are the same. Image upload is going to be for, obviously, uploading your own images, be it background, image, photos, logos, that type of thing. So that's what you would use for that. And worth mentioning at this point that while you do want to keep text and important logos inside the square, if you are uploading a background image that you want to go all the way to the edge of your design, you're going to want it to go out into the bleed area so that it can be cropped down and the image will go all the way to the end. If you leave some space here, or if you just go right up to the line, there's a possibility that there may be some white on the edge of your design. So worth noting. If you click that, it will take you to our image upload screen. Choose a file or drag it in there. There are ways to do it. And then there's also the upload via URL, which is to get a picture from a website. So typically we recommend against that, as website images are not usually going to be of proper resolution for printing. So that is an option if you know that an image is worthy of printing. Next is text. If you click that, it shows up right in the middle, and there's this default text word there. But to actually change it and put your text in, you want to go to this quick text tab and then enter whatever you want to be in there into this field. And then it shows up on the left. And once you've got that, go back to design. And you can move it where you want it. What I would recommend before doing anything is to check this auto size text box height based on text size. What that will do is automatically change the size of the text box when you change the size of the text. It's going to be helpful because if you change the size of the text without doing that, then some words may go outside of the box and you can't see them. So in most circumstances, you'd want to have that checked. And then align left, center, right options, and then align top, align middle, and align bottom. All things you can play with. And then change the color of the text underneath that. The fonts here are the standard fonts that come with the system. Good selection to choose from, but if you do have a font that you'd like to use now and in the future, we can add that on the back end too. So if you'd like to email us a font file, we can put that in there, and then it would be there for eternity for you to use for future designs. And then up here for the style, it's basically going to be how the text displays within the text box. So the best way to show that is just showing you. Stretches will make it stretch. Single line, multiple lines. You can play around with that and just see which works best for your particular text. And then bold, italic, underline, which may or may not be available depending on the font you have chosen there. And then the next option is text merge, which that's something we have to set up outside of the design or in the back end, so we'll ignore that for this video. Undo, redo, and then preview is if you just want to get a look at your design without the bleed around the edge. Noting these two lines in the middle are not going to be on the final print. Those are just the space between the front and back of the designs of the business card. And then proof is useful if you want to print out your design prior to ordering. It creates a PDF which you can download and print. And then once you've got that and you're ready to go ahead and click Save Changes. It'll take you back to the main product screen where your design will show up there on the left. And if you scroll down, you'll see that the Add to Cart button is still gray. That's just because you need to select your options here. Single or double-sided card, and stock, and then matte or gloss finish. And there you go, orange button. If you click that, you can continue on to the next screen. And you're ready to go. So if you have any other questions about the designer, please don't hesitate to call us at 720-542-6105. And thank you for choosing Denver Print.